So these Nike ACG sneakers have the word waterproof in them, but are they really waterproof? Let's find out in this video. What's up fam, thanks once again for tuning into the channel. This is KIXPLORE, where we talk everything about sneakers, lifestyle, travel, and a little bit of everything in between. And today we got a Nike ACG sneaker review for you guys. So I know it's finally happening. It's been a while since I did one of these. So sorry for the guys that keep waiting. I did finally end up getting one of these. If you guys don't know what this is a Nike ACG Torre Mid Waterproof, and it's got the word waterproof in it. So that's probably the most intriguing part of the of this actual sneaker. Is this waterproof? Is it not? Disclaimer: I've already tried and I already know what the answer is, but I'll tell you guys at towards the end of the video. But I just wanted to talk about first the actual features of this actual sneaker. The sizing, I would definitely say go true to size. The actual sneaker isn't like really hard thick leather, so it allows your feet to breathe, especially if you have wide feet like mine. So I would definitely go just true to size. But this is sort of like the sneaker that they used to wear ages ago. It's sort of like a retro, they like re-retroed this just like Jordans, and it's sort of like what they used. This is a sort of styling that you know, your dad or your mum used to go camping in. It's got the rugged suede, as you can see there. It's got the canvas on the toe box right there as well. So those are the most probably the dominant features, or the dominant materials used on this sneaker, especially that really rugged, hairy suede that they have there. So just by looking at it, it does look a lot more durable compared to some of the other sneakers that you have out there. It's very, yeah, it looks very rugged. Man, it's like, it looks like you're ready to take on any hiking adventure. As you can see, it's also a higher cut. So it's you know, it's a lot more protection for your ankle. It even has these you know, the hooks. They put on a lot of hiking boots, which is like the shoelace or clips, I don't know, straps or whatever they are. It's just so that it helps you with the like double knotting or having that extra tightness, or for your shoelaces so that they don't go loose kind of thing. So I think that's a pretty cool thing, because I actually did try it. It's hard to actually clip on. So I feel like, yeah, it's gonna give you that extra bit of strength in terms of keeping your laces tied. Very minimal ACG branding. That's probably the most ACG that you're gonna see, which is on the heel tab area right there. But everything else, it has Nike there. It has a Nike on the tongue as well. Very thick tongue, very comfortable tongue. I like that. And yeah, very as if I haven't mentioned before, very puffy. It's got a very puffy collar, high collar, so it adds a little bit more comfort in terms of like and protection for your ankles. But one of the things I didn't really like here is that heel kind of design here. It looks to me, it's like it's not enough. From all the kind of sneakers that I usually buy, it's actually very bulbous. Like, I always go for the really thick heel kind of design, because I feel like it gives more cushioning and it gives a little bit more protection for your foot. But this one, yeah, it's totally like, it's like they totally cut out a whole part of it, and it actually almost looks a little bit awkward, because like your foot's like sticking out. I don't know what the real exact design for that is, but and I don't know yet if that's actually going to be affecting how you walk, because I will be doing a on foot hike later. I just wanted to talk about all the different aspects and materials, and yeah, if you guys don't know, they actually do claim that it is waterproof. So you could see there it says waterproof on the actual behind the tongue, and you can see there the traction or the herringbone design on these mid Torres is, I wouldn't say it's just a normal standard one, but it does have these really big grooves, which is kind of what you want. You want the really big thick grooves, the ones that will stay on and not break off depending on like the amount of like stress that they put on, because a couple of the other was it mountain fly lows or highs, or it's usually the highs, the lugs break off because I think they were too small. Those chevron lugs were too small, so they broke off. So big rigid kind of designs like this would probably work a little bit better. I do have to say, comparing this to some of the other Nike ACG ones, I'll go get them. So if I am comparing these two sneakers, you can see here, this is the Nike ACG Antarctic, or my favorite Nike ACG sneaker, because it has just so many kind of how do I say this, benefits and attributes, characteristics, whatever you want to call them, compared to something like this, how they used to have it back in the day. Obviously, because this is a lot more of a older kind of generation sneaker compared to this one. You can see that there's so much more technology going into this compared to something like that, especially in the toe cap area. It's got the rubber toe cap to protect your toes, especially when you're kicking stuff. This one, where it just really has that mud guard, hairy suede that's protecting your toes. I mean, I wouldn't like totally discredit it and say this isn't like totally useful, but yeah, there is a little bit of protection there. But if you want to compare it to something like the Antarctic, there's it's not really a comparison, if that makes sense. And yeah, that's pretty much it. They don't give much information on the if they're like on the cushioning and all that kind of stuff. It's just basically a normal just a midsole, I guess, just made out of foam. There's no air unit or anything like that inside. So yeah, if you are thinking about getting this one, this is probably more of a yeah, there are more tech heavy like sneakers out there that you can get for hiking. But if you want something just like a kind of standard looking sneaker, it looks pretty cool in my opinion, and kind of gives you all the really the basics that you need. It's got it's durable. It should last a long time. It's pretty comfortable. It's got like a very rigid outsole there as well, and it is waterproof. Now let's actually talk about that waterproof now, shall we? Now, talking about the waterproof test. Okay, so I did it in my laundry. I basically wanted to just do it in like, I'm not gonna drench the shoes in absolute like deep water like I did for these ones right here, because these sneakers, you can see that they're like, it's really fully covered. There's only kind of one entrance, which is at the top. But when you look at this sneaker here, this waterproof sneaker, you can see that there's a big gap between the tongue and the actual paneling of the actual sneaker. So I was very I was already skeptical about it, because yeah, definitely water can seep in through there and get into your socks and all that kind of stuff. So I was just wondering, like, how is this gonna do? I don't know. I was like really, yeah, I was really, I didn't have the highest of hopes that this was actually gonna stay waterproof. Or, sorry, it wasn't gonna be, the right term I was gonna say is, I didn't really think that you were gonna stay dry wearing these if like water was like dumped on the top of it. And so in the water test, I did go ahead and do it. But to kind of make it a little bit fair, I did try to tighten up all the lacing and all that kind of stuff, so that it could prevent the water from seeping into these grooves over here, into the throat area. And as I kept on going, I also put those really thin water absorbent shoe trees that you always get with your sneakers inside the actual shoe, so I could tell that if the water got through. So as you can see there, I just tried to go along with the nozzle of the tap to just run through it a couple of times. I didn't want to drench it too much, because yeah, I didn't want to get the water like in the inside of the actual shoe in this area. But yeah, as you can see here, when I actually do take them out, that yeah, these shoes do not keep you dry, unfortunately. It would have been really cool if they did keep you dry, but to Nike's kind of defense or whatever, they are waterproof. You can have a look at the droplets on the actual mudguard area down there. It is waterproof. This area of the sneaker, no water got through here. So whatever is covered like that, just as long as the water doesn't seep through, you will be dry. But if it goes in between the cracks and all that kind of stuff of the tongue, if the water gets in there, you will not be dry, unfortunately. But yeah, to Nike's credit, you will, it is waterproof. The materials are waterproof. They are water wicking. You can see there, I was just literally just wiping those away. They didn't really seep into the material. Well, I didn't do it long enough to see if they actually did stay there, but they were wicking away. So I think for like really light to almost medium rain, you will be totally fine. You will be yeah, pretty much waterproof in them. You won't be like soaking wet. But I don't know if I would say these are going to be waterproof. So yeah, that's just my opinion. I don't know if the word waterproof should really be on this actual sneaker, but I digress. I am going to do a little bit of a on-foot test now. I'm going to go do a little bit of hiking. And just for you guys that do say in my comments that like I'm one of those fake city hikers or whatever it is, I'm not trying to say that I'm not a real hiker. Like, I do what I can. I like hiking, but I can't hike for like hours and hours and days on end. I'm not extreme hiking like that. I do like a little bit of hiking. That's why I do the really short ones, and it helps me to do these reviews because obviously if the longer the you know, the hiking or whatever, like I know they'll be a lot more rigorously tested, but it kind of affects my ability to actually do the review because I'm just totally wrecked. So I usually try to do get a good amount in there where I kind of try to test the limits of this actual sneaker, and yeah, that's and I give my best in terms of a like kind of my own opinion on whether or what works or what doesn't work, and how they can actually improve the sneaker and all that kind of stuff, and if you should get it, and if it works for you kind of thing. So anyways, I'm gonna go do that little bit of a hike now, so wish me luck because I haven't actually hiked in ages, ever since I tore my Achilles. So let's get into it, shall we? So what's up, fam? So we just got here to the Yangs. A little bit of rain, spitting kind of thing, but still looks dry overall, so should be fun. I'm gonna take off the pants section of my pants to make them shorts because it looks like it's gonna be a hot ride. So let's go. So far the wear test has gone pretty good. Not as bad as I thought it would be, especially with a really thin sole and everything. I think it's doing pretty well. I think sometimes it is better to have a thinner sole than a thicker sole, like to compromise that cushioning for that stability, and yeah, it's working really well. The only thing that I'm having a really big problem with is with the higher cut of the actual boot or the sneaker. It's rubbing quite a lot on my actual ankle, so I don't know if I actually really like that. But I usually go for the lower cut sneakers, which provides a lot more maneuverability and all that kind of stuff. But this one's not bad. I don't know. I think it maybe because I was just driving with it, it wasn't that nice. But overall, I feel it's really sturdy. It feels like it's really hugging the top of your ankle, if that makes sense. So it's not going anywhere. It's gonna, it's really sturdy. It's holding up pretty well. So let's keep going. Yo, what's up, fam? So I reached the pinnacle. I don't know if you guys can see it. The pinnacle is just up there in that area of the Yangs. Trying to get in this little bit of the finishing of the on-foot review before it starts to totally pour. I don't know if you guys could see. It's like raining on my bag there. And yeah, so when I put this down, man, I'm wrecked, bro. I'm wrecked. So in terms of the actual review, I'll go and probably say that there's a really good compromise in terms of the lack of tech and just traditional hiking boot or sneaker. How could I say this? Probably the best thing I could say is that see how it's like really thin on the sole or the cushioning right here. That's actually serving like as a really good like function, instead of having the really thick ones like the Mountain Fly highs and the lows. Yeah, they have really good cushioning, but in terms of the grip and the stability that you get from this one compared to the Mountain Fly highs is so much better. Like you have so much control, a lot more control having something like this. I don't know if it's because of the actual higher cut, but yeah, this one definitely has, like, if I was trying to navigate through heavy and unfamiliar terrain that kind of keeps moving and all that kind of stuff, this is a better sneaker compared to my Antarctics. But in terms of the tech and protection, this one won't have as much as the Antarctic, if that makes sense. So the Torre Mids, for if you just want an old-fashioned hiking sneaker that does its job, this is definitely the one that you want. Gives you all the stability, all the comfort that you might need to get through your hikes. So yeah, very good. If I can only improve on it, yeah, it'll probably be the waterproofing, maybe a little bit more protection around the toe guard area, and probably that's it. Yeah, that's all I could probably say. So thanks once again for watching this video, guys. It's raining, it's pouring. I'm gonna try to get some more photos before it completely pours down. It says it's supposed to be dry, man. Far out. Anyways, thanks once again for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, if you learned something, please give it a big thumbs up. If you like my content in general, please consider subscribing to the channel. Anyway, guys, thanks for once again watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.